Well, the Courier Mail similarly explains the dilemma that business engages in when it has to deal with uncertainty and a lack of clarity around COVID. And the splash is just say, yes, please. Give us a plan. Private sector begs for a strategy so they can start dragging the state out of COVID slumber. Desperate Queensland business leaders have called for an end to the long maybes and state government delays they fear will nobble the state's COVID bounce back. The cost of doing business in Queensland could rise as much as 30% in construction and infrastructure with the expansion of new industrial relations rules. Builders warn. The CFMEU and the Housing Minister there, Mick de Brenny, they run construction in Queensland, and we saw with the Townsville Stadium project the cost escalate by about 30%. I think it was 80 million extra. They run a racket. You've got blokes, with the signs, the green and the red signs, the stop and go signs, earning 180 a year. We're in the wrong business, Nick.
Yeah, we very much aren't we, Glee? So we can't really hold our bosses to account like those people do. But look, the cost of building has gone up right around the country. I mean, the fact that we can't get enough workers out there, and that's going to happen until we are able to open up the borders, and get more migrant and immigration working through those spaces. But while we've got this, I've got a case over here in Western Australia where they're building a football stadium, the soccer stadium. From what was going to be $1.50 a brick, it's now going to cost them $2.50 to $3 a brick, and there's almost 100% increase in just building. So there is some real pressure on the construction industry and on those that are trying to pay for it. But also, too, in that article, what I did enjoy, Gleeso, was looking to see more women on the construction sites. It's not just a bloke's job any longer. More women are going to be hired, and more women should get involved in construction because it's gone up 100% in recent times, but they're still very much underrepresented on the construction site.
Absolutely. The Gold Coast Bulletin splash. Glitter stripped. Jobs doom prompts city focus away from tourism to industrial estates in Northern Marine Precinct. The Gold Coast Council is switching its focus from the glitter strip to industrial estates and marine precincts to help combat the city's worsening unemployment rates. It comes as the Bulletin and News Corp launch a new series, Build Queensland. Now, of course, the industry that's probably copped it most during the pandemic is, of course, tourism. And you would have seen that in WA, Nick, certainly in North Queensland and other parts of this beautiful country. We've seen the way in which the tourism industry has just been so hard hit by, indiscriminate lockdowns. We've had, borders closed. These are issues that affect confidence and they affect the ability of tourism operators to operate. And now you can see on the Gold Coast, the council is saying, well, you know what? We can't put all our eggs in the tourism basket. We're going to have to diversify. And now they're looking at, a marine precinct and industrial estates to get the city back on top again.
Look, the word of the year is going to be diversify in 2021, and good on them for doing that in the Gold Coast. And if anyone on the Gold Coast is watching tonight, if you're in the bar, if you're in the coffee, in that kind of industry, the hospitality industry, get yourself over to WA because there's plenty of jobs here for you. This is the kind of thing that businesses have got to change the way that they work. And the Gold Coast, obviously, such a tourism dependent on it. If it's not seeing its overseas tourists coming through and just relying on domestic tourism, then that's not what that city's built for. So it's good to see that they are diversifying. Building a marina, beautiful. And that's the kind of industry that's going to create trade, create apprenticeships and get the kids employed.